The four stories of Suratul Kahf. The four stories of Suratul Kahf includes the fitna of religion, the fitna of money and wealth, the fitna of knowledge, and the fitna of power. Suratul Kahf is found in the 18th chapter of the Quran. It includes four historical stories which we can derive amazing lessons from. There are many benefits to be familiar with this surah. The Prophet, peace and blessings and salutations of Allah be upon him, has said, whoever memorizes 10 verses from the beginning of Surah Al Kahf will be immune to the false messiah. And in another narration, the Holy Prophet said, from the last 10 verses of the surah. So these are the lessons, or the main lessons learned from the four stories. Story 1. The story of the people of the cave. A story of the trial of faith. This story is about a number of young men who were driven out of their homes because they believed in Allah. They ended up in a cave where Allah made them to sleep for many years. 309 lunar years, which is equivalent to 300 solar years. When they woke up, they felt they had slept for a day, or half a day. One of them went to the town to get some food supplies, disguising himself, thinking that the people would recognize and arm him, only to find him amongst a different people. The people of the time were amazed at his appearance and the old coins he was using. This story shows us how Allah protects the righteous who believes in Him no matter what or no matter how the situation is. The second story is the story of a man who owned two gardens. This is a story of trial of wealth. This is a story about a man who owned two beautiful gardens, but he became so arrogant. Allah said in the Quran,
وَكَانَ لَهُ ثَمَرٌ فَقَالَ لِصَاحِبِهِ وَهُوَ يُحَاوِرُهُ أَنَا أَكْثَرُ مِنكَ مَالًا وَأَعَزُّ نَفَرًا.
And he had wealth. So he said to his companion, while conversing with them, I am greater than you in wealth and stronger in manpower. Quran 18, chapter 34. That's Surah Al Kahf, chapter 34. The man forgot for the bounties Allah has bestowed upon him, and Allah destroyed his gardens. This story is a lesson to those who take worldly methods for granted and forget that all that they have is from Allah and is capable of taking it all away if He wills. The next story, the third story, is the story of Musa alayhi salam and Al-Hijrah. This is a story of trial of knowledge. Prophet Muhammad said, once Moses alayhi salam stood up and addressed Banu Israel, he was asked who was the most learned man among the people. Who the most learned man amongst the people was? He said, I, referring to himself as the most learned man. Allah recommended him as He did not attribute absolute knowledge to him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah said to him, yes, at the junction of the two says, there is a slave of mine who is more learned than you. Musa alayhi salam said, oh my Lord, how can I meet him? So Allah instructed Musa alayhi salam to where to find this man who was known as Al-Hijrah alayhi salam. Musa goes on a journey into Al-Hijrah where he learns that Allah bestows His knowledge on whoever or whomever or whosoever He wishes. Nobody should ever feel he or she is the most knowledgeable, as all knowledge belongs to Allah only. Hence, Al-Hijrah alayhi salam said, and I did it not of my own accord. That's Surah Al Kahf, chapter 82. And the last story is the story of Zulqarnain, a righteous king. is a story of trial of power. Zulkarnain was a righteous and just king who traveled the lands from west to east. The Quran mentions 3 of his journeys. On his last journey, he reaches a place between 2 mountains where he met a tribe of people. They asked him to build a wall between them and the people of Gog and Magog, that's Yajuj and Majuj, who were causing mischiefs in the land. Zulkarnain agreed to do so. Zulkarnain was not proud of his achievements. In fact, the Quran mentions that after he built that great wall, he declared, "This is a mercy from my Lord, but when the promise of my Lord comes to pass, he will level it to the ground, and my Lord's promise is ever true." Subhanallah. This is Surah Al Kahf chapter 98. So yeah. Whoever guided someone to virtue will be rewarded equivalent to him who practices that good action, says the Holy Prophet. So I want you to like, leave a comment, and don't forget to share and subscribe. Stay blessed. Jazakumullahu khairan.